Welcome to our third draft of the day. Oh, I should move my stuff around, right? I'll just put my webcam over here. Slide this up. Bolt Blast Zeppelin, just like the definition of not committing. It's an evasive threat. It like has relevant text box. None of the uncommons in here are bombs. There's an aerial list and a guidance in here that are worth noting. Cyclone Rider's okay. Eternal Caller's okay. Let's grab the Bolt Blast Zeppelin. You want more pretzels? Where's your bowl? Get your bowl. You want a different show? Choo-choos? What kind of choo-choos do you want? This pack's a little wild. So, someone took a comment out of this pack, which I guess doesn't surprise me. Flufftail Cloud Killer's like really clunky and expensive, but I guess at the same time, there's a lot of good flying troops in this format, right? Is this draftable? None of the commons in here are super exciting. Like Mooncall Ceremony and Windborne Ascension are like fine, but not reasons to like move into a color. Festering Decay is fine. Ardent Officer's like decent, but like the chances of like playing Ardent Officer feel low if I pick it pack 2, pick 2, pack 1, pick 2. I feel like a lot of games in this format get to turn 7. I don't know if Flufftail's good, but I think it's fine. Like, we're by no means committed to playing it, just by picking it up on pick 2 here. We got 2 rares, man. You gotta get our rare draft value in. Okay, Sylvan Performer. Whenever you play cost with 5 or grid. Is there a ramp deck in this format? There must be a ramp deck in this format, right? We've got like 2. Let's do it. Let's grab this Sylvan Performer with our 2 cards that cost 5 or more. Just like get on it. That champion, the champion that makes a Gigantosaur is kind of decent with this too, right? No, that's not true. Lyricist is, Lyricist is a card. So the problem with like Puck is that like it only ramps you past 5, and I doubt we're gonna have too many things that cost more than 5 in our deck. Like at 5, we're probably gonna have a lot of cards, but like if we're at 5, we don't need to ramp with Puck and Balthazar. None of the cards in this pack are particularly good. Do we draft Arcane Soil? The card's powerful at least. Lullaby? Lullaby's an on. This card's actually pretty funny, right? Like they attack for lethal and you get them. I feel like I want to grab one of these 2. I don't know that we're going to necessarily end up playing Soil. We'd probably end up playing Lullaby, right? Like this card seems fine and limited in general, just like Fog You. Oh, it does work with the 2-drop. All right, sold. Sold. Sylvan Performer. Yep. In. Let's find some landing pause sites. Fog is bad and limited. Maybe it's bad for the same reasons Harvest Moon is bad. I'd buy that for $1. How many crappy cards that cost too many resources can we play? Astral Sight is probably something we're not in the market for. It's a lot of charges. This is not a combo with this, but I guess it like kind of makes it cheaper. Just build the Furiko deck. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess this is pretty good in Furiko, right? I forgot Furiko's a champion. I'm gonna grab Sparkle Cap because we can put the Blight Blossom in it. Oh, Cripple. Oh yeah, yeah, you're right. Cripple is the snag. Yeah, let's build Furiko. Bolt Blast Zeppelin's even pretty good with Furiko too because you can hit them on 5 and then champ power on 6. Furiko for 7 charges gives all of your troops +2/+2 permanently. Yeah, the Furiko deck is fine. Like it has some insane inevitability. I actually haven't drafted the Furiko deck yet. Furiko deck yet. The MTG bot does not do champions. Mechanized Aerialist is probably fine. Nothing else too exciting in here. Look at Marty shilling for hex sets. One-third of our card. This card gets cheaper, okay? Look, we got a max. Look at that, Verdant Mixologist. Don't you doubt me. Got our mix-and-matcher here. Mix-and-matcher. Yeah, mix it up. Little Pippin Hustler in the background enjoying a brewski from the mixologist. Oh, gonna ramp it up. Whoa. Hustler is in this set. We actually drafted one in the first draft that we busted out of today. So the way you read resources like this is the first line is temporary, and the second one is permanent. So this gives us one temporary resource. I think I want another mixologist here, right? Battle Prep's pretty good. Cottontail's fine. Duskwing works with our Sylvan Performer, but I feel like I want to prioritize picking up Ramp. Our deck's kind of clunky. I think I just want all the mixologists. Get frisky mixy here. Cottontail's fine. I think I'd rather get mixy. Mixologists also help trigger assault for things like Aerialist, which is nice. Bum ba dum bum bum bum. Cottontail is called Brick Bunny for, right? I'm never gonna be upset and want to punch my monitor when I play a Verdant Mixologist on 2. Cottontail Explorer, however, cannot make similar promises. Cottontail Explorer will oft want you to make you want to punch your monitor. Burly Botanist works with my Sylvan Performer, and it makes 3 bodies for, what's it called? Burly baby. The classic base wild deck with 2 double sapphire cards is mechanized aerialist. I'll take this coins at this point. We want to be kind of resource heavy in this deck anyways. I need to make a new scene for drafting. It's too much stuff to shuffle around. The art is the primary identifying feature anyways, but these cards are very good. You might need that for fixing. Man, every time I see this card and I'm like, man, you know what you aren't? You aren't Tinkertron. Hextricator. You should be disappointed in yourself, because Tinkertron is far better than you. I love me some Tinks, and you are a disappointing 2/2 for 3. There's aggressive decks in Constructed. There aren't any, like, busted play out my entire hand type thing decks in Constructed. Hex's Constructed formats tend to be a little bit more interactive than Magic's formats, especially Magic's Modern format. Modern's a total crapshoot. There are some Sly style decks where, like, you play a bunch of 1 and 2 cost, like, reasonable troops. Like watching you play Hex, I'm a Magic player with the ad plays, but I don't know the cost of the cards. It's like less than 4 to me. Don't know all the cards, but don't see the. That's fair. I guess it does block the cost of the card. That's fair. So like, my ad, I have like a backer behind it too, so. Yeah. Like when I move this, there's another thing here, so I guess I could move, and then there's another thing, so there's like a third thing here. So like now there, okay, fine. Well, we moved it. Look at that. And now I'm gonna have to like move everything back around here. Here, we'll put this over here. Sure. Let's just put it right in the center of the screen. There? Over my head? I don't know where I want this to go. The actual answer is that I need to create another scene for my thing, but yep. Just building the constructed furry codec here. We've got some magical blood. It's time to improve the process, Shoku. There's nothing nature can do that I can't do better. Look at that. Let's duplicate this scene and call it draft. And then when we go back to constructed, I will change scenes and then fix it for constructed. Or for actual bats. Eager Lackey is actually great here. The low end of our curve is really lacking. And this is just like a random extra body that generates a second body for Furiko. I think that's fine. Conscripts are random. Underworld troop of cost 4, so just like 1/1 for 1 that can. There's a lot of X1s in this format, like a lot of 2/1s for 2 and like 3/1s for 3. So like a 1/1 for 1 that generates value like trades up a lot of the time. This deck's pretty light on interaction. Yeah, right. And we're only into pack 2 here, right? So like our chances of getting a Warp Steel or a Webboard Apostate are pretty reasonable. Just like actually build the constructed Furiko deck in limited here. Man. We felt whitelisted during the last draft and we still bobbed out of it, so... That one. Is that one good? Is that one good? 4/5, quick troop, mobilized flight. So just a 4-cost, 4/5 flyer. That draws a card with Sylvan Performer. Our deck's not clunky and awkward at all, ladies and gentlemen. It's got a really efficient low to the ground curve. We need some 1s and 2s here. We need some 1s and 2s. Oh no! The hard choices! Do I take the Warp Steel or do I take the Sylvan Performer? I feel like I'm supposed to take the Sylvan Performer, right? Like I have all this clunk in the trunk. There's a Skittery Cultivator in this. The Sylvan will wheel. Yeah, that's probably true. Fine, I'll take the card that's good instead of the card that draws cards. There's only 14 cards in that pack, so there's only going to be 5 left in it when it gets back to me. 6? 6 cards? Yeah, 13 and then -7. Yeah, 6 cards. There's a Dread Harvest in that pack too, though. So, like, Dread Harvest is actually pretty good in this deck too. So, like, helps us in our resources while also putting random pressure on the opponent. This is 10 out of 10 of Wild Ice. Sign me up. Consistency, ladies and gentlemen. Look, there's a dinosaur inside of the Wild Ice. All these games and their dinosaurs. We are Sapphire and Wild. We have to go Wintermoon. I mean, it's the Sapphire Wild champion. Why wouldn't you play it? Because it's worse than Dreaming Fox most of the time. Important to remember too that like these mechanized aerialists are like in the 6 slot up here, but they're going to be cheaper because of Assault. Same thing with this Typhoon Sky Shaper. This is realistically a 4 cost, so our curve's like not quite as obnoxious as as it implies by glancing at it, but it's still pretty obnoxious, right? Do I want this Hide and Seek? Now we'll get a Hide and Seek letter. I might want this Twin Tail Squirrel Titan. We'll see. We'll see. Twin Tail is funny with Dreadlings too, right? We'll see. Twin Tail might be one of the first ones up on the chopping block. We'll see how strong the deck ends up. $10 out of 10. Dread Harvest here. It adds a resource to our hand. Helps us. When Twin Tail Squirrel Titan attacks, it transforms another attacking troop we control into a random troop with cost 6. Of course, Magic Online is down for maintenance. It's the middle of a Wednesday. Come on now, why? Well, there is literally no, you're not allowed to do maintenance except for during some of the peak hours of when your application would be used. Doesn't make sense not to. Come on now. Peak hours, go down for maintenance, tomato, tomato. We are not going to be able to play out all the matches with this deck. We'll probably be able to get one in. Jake's bus gets here in about 40 minutes. They don't do weekly maintenance anymore. It's usually like every other week or every 3 weeks, but it's still far more often than it needs to be. I don't think Shoku's Garden is good enough, but I also don't think Double Trouble is playable, so I'm going to grab this. We might board this in against an aggressive deck. Gaining life is pretty good. You want the last cookie? The last cookie. Poor little fat boy. So heartbreaking. Look at the last cookie. Poor little chunk-a-monk. The chunkiest little monkey. I got this Root Enchanter. We're not going to main deck this, but I like boarding this card in against Ada. So I think it's fine. If you're in Wild and like there's nothing else particularly interesting in the pack, I think this is a fine reserves card in the format. It's like holds a lot of their stuff at bay. So this is another pro tip. If you're looking at a pack and there aren't any other playables in it for you, always draft the Immortal Tiers, so that way you can send them to salty opponents after your match. You should always write down the usernames of salty opponents and then send them Immortal Tiers via the in-game mail system after the match is finished. It's just a good classy thing to do. I'm glad this draft format has that card in it, because I was starting to run low on them. We're right about on track with this deck. We got like 16 playables right now, so if we don't have anything else in this pack that's good and playable. Again, Vine Lash, fine card for boarding in against Ada. Or Diamond Flyers decks in general. Our curve's like marginally less embarrassing now that we've picked up a bunch of 2-drops. And again, the Aerialist and the Typhoon Skyshaper aren't strictly 6s. They come down in cost. This is probably an 18 resource deck. Another Dread Harvest. That's awesome. Maybe with 2 Dread Harvests at 17. You don't say. Hopefully we could draft a 3rd Arcane Soil in the next pack. I wonder if I wanted a 3rd Vine Lash. Okay, I like to take opportunities to sit under the shade whenever possible, Nazar. You know, it's sunny out. It's not sunny out today, actually. It's very cloudy here in central Illinois. I don't think so. Shoku Garden is pretty unimpressive. I don't mind it against more aggressive decks, but in general, just like making two 1/1s and gaining 2 life is like mediocre. Yeah, but paper's super inconvenient for other reasons. Paper TCGs will probably die off eventually as far as competitive goes. They're just so awkward and clunky. And cheating. Why should I have to worry about cheaters while I play? Come on, give me another Arcane Soil. I would like it if the Verdant Mill or the Mixologist wheel. We're just gonna slide this pretty lady right down here. Anyone need a Bride of the Damned? I have one for COD here if anyone needs it. Anyone need a Bride of the Damned? What is she at these days? Why is she 2,000 platinum? Why is she 2,000 platinum? I don't understand why this card is 2,000 platinum. That pays for the 3 drafts we did today, for the 2 we scrubbed. Look at that. Scrub-a-dub-dub. Rub-a-dub-bub-a-dub. Want to talk about biggity bombs? Let's talk about rig-a-dig-a-dig-a-dig biggity bombs. Biggity bombs. Biggity bombs. Wiggle, 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 wiggity bombs. Wiggle, wiggity bombs. Ziggity, diggity, wiggity bombs. Meow, meow on the wall. $20. This is the single most expensive card in Hex's standard constructed format. The single most expensive card. So, I don't really have much removal, but like I don't really have troops to leverage Crossing Swords, so I think I'm gonna take Battle Prep here. I don't think so. The problem is that like you have to, well, I guess it's good with Furiko, right? That's fair. Am I taking a Brick Rabbit? I feel like I'm taking a Brick Rabbit. We're gonna need to have a tilt counter for the Brick Bunny. Is this a 19 lander? I guess I have coins. It might be a 19 resource deck. Yeah, you might be right, bub. I really wish we could find like a Landing Pod Site or a Consult. Just gonna grab this Wazashi War Buddy here. Pretty good with Arcane Soil. Nope, 40 cards just like in Magic. So you want somewhere in the 17 resource range. Declan. Eat? You want to eat? We're gonna have lunch as soon as Jake gets home, okay? And when Jake gets home, so you gotta wait a little bit. You can have a snack. Do you want pretzels or chips? Do you want one of these two? Another Verdant Mixologist. Yeah, anytime. Always feel free to ask questions. We are here to help. Getting a little wiki mixer in here with the mixologist. the mixiest of the ologists. So this is currently 22 plus 18, so we have 2 resources right here. So this is probably, if we're picking other cards up here, we're going to be cutting things. Focus is pretty good. Just like add a little consistency to our deck. It's fine. Look at the top 2 cards of our deck. Grab one of them, put it into our hand, put the other one back into our deck. Let's talk about cards that are awesome that wield. The Skittering Cultivator wield. So the Sylvan Performer didn't wheel out of this pack, which is a little bit sad, but Skittering Cultivator's decent. It's good with Mechanized Aerialists. It's good with... We don't really have a lot of Mobilize to enable it consistently. Maybe Skittering Cultivator's not good enough for this deck. Was there anything else in that pack I should have taken instead? Oh, was it not? Oh, you're right. That one had 10 cards in it. So this next one's going to be my first pack? Getting Wiki and Mixie in here. I'll cut this battle prep, I think. Is Fungus Among Us playable? I don't know that it is. I think I'd rather have this Nature Reigns, honestly. Oh, we have the fixing? I'll take the fixing. Snap off the Shard of Instinct there. Almost missed that. I don't want another Squirrel Tail Titan. I'm going to grab another Root Enchanter for the Flyers matchup. We do have a full set of Mixologists here. Man, we are just like in command of the 3/5 Flyers. 3/5. 3/5 with the reach. Reaching up, smacking him down. Battle Agenda is actually probably pretty good in this deck, right? Did I pass some of these earlier? It makes some extra Dreadlegs for us. I'd like it draws extra cards to help the Arcane Soil gas up a little bit. What's the cut here? Is it just Cottontail Explorer because I hate that card? That's probably the case. I can confirm, do hate Cottontail Explorer. It's not a rational hatred. It's just that I hate it with every fiber of my being. This is the problem. Where are you at, Furiko? I need my bombs. All right. Yeah. Yeah, okay, you're right. All right. Man, I've got a lot of double Sapphire cards again. We're just going to go 7 and 7 on these. Fluffy, what do we want on here? Oh, geez, we could just make this a 6-drop. Sign me up. Wasn't even thinking about that. Blossom on here. All right, Let's fix this scene. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna run and change it up really quick. We're gonna play a match or two. Probably just one. Only have about half hour. Man, I really need to set up a default battle board. It's such a tilt. It's such a tilt playing on a non cool battle board. We drafted a bride. This isn't fair. My opponent's cosmic. I'm only platinum. How can I ever win? Theros is kind of terrifying. Might just use this mixologist to play a 4-drop on 3. Theros is a bad Furiko. It's a fair assessment. No play so far. It's good for us. Strong. Hopefully their turn 3 play here gets killed by a Boomsmith. Boomsmith goes, boom goes the dynamite. That, like, kind of meets my request. Ooh. Kill your favorite. Probably that one. Attack you for 2. We're gonna get to go Bolt Blast on 5. Hit them. Arcane Soil on 6. Activate Champion Power. Ooh, baby, get Furry Code. Gonna get Freaky Furrico. Who's the Furrico Freaky? Freaky Furrico. Furry Freaky-co, yeah. Freaky-co. Furry Freaky-co, yeah. Rawr, down to 20. It's a shame we didn't get any wicked web spawns. Hopefully they don't have removal for our big Zeppelin here. Got him. Alright, so this card, 2/5 with flight and speed. Whenever it deals damage to the opposing champion, you put a dynamo counter on it, and our charge power costs 1 less to use for each dynamo counter. So right now, Furiko only costs 6 charges to use because of our Bolt Blast Zeppelin. Hopefully they tap out here for something that doesn't involve killing the Bolt Blast Zeppelin. Yep, deal. They are about to be very sad. I'm gonna make 6 guys. They're probably dead, right? I assume they're dead. Oh yeah, no blocks. None of the blocks. S6 guys is very lethal. It's actually just a constructed deck and limited. We have a Flufftail Cloud Killer as a follow-up. Is this good? If so, why? Please explain. Oh, this makes it Dreadling when we play it too? Of course it does. Of course it does. Get Fanicon! Oh! Master! Master! Combo! I know, Declan, it's excellent. Most excellent. So, the card Arcane Soil, it draws us 2 cards, and then it creates one of the... Oh no, I forgot to change my battle board. I was so excited. It draws us 2 cards, then it makes a 1/1 with speed for every card in our hand, but they die at end of turn. And our champion power gives all of our troops +2/+2. So it's a combo. It's a combo. So this is the type of hand where I look at this and I go, if we hit wild, this hand is insane. So I'm going to keep this because there's 9 sources of wild in our deck. We could brick and die. We could brick and die. Or I'm a professional and none of you should doubt me ever. This is actually, there's a constructed deck built around playing Arcane Soil and Furiko. It's actually the first of the budget decks on my budget hex decks. It's a lot of fun. We played it on stream a bunch. Never doubt the master. Master! Master! Battle prep's kind of annoying because it means this can't attack in. Not being able to attack in makes the mechanized Gem Scout worse. I only had 2 terrible drafts today. Thank you. This is the 3rd one right here. This one's going kind of okay. Alright, Brick Bunny. Don't bring me down. Ooh, don't bring me down. I could... Am I just going to Arcane Soil next turn to make the mechanized aerialist free? Yeah, that seems awesome, right? We just go like Shard, Mixologist, Arcane Soil, make 6 guys, and then do this. Oh, we just have Zeppelin again? Could do that. I feel like they're probably going to be able to kill the Zeppelin. War Buddy for... I kind of just want to, like, do this. And, like, just apply a ton of pressure. Yep. There's another soil in our deck somewhere, like... Dread Harvest. Alright, so what am I doing here? I think I'm just gonna hit the Arcane Soil and then play the Mechanized Aerialist here. I think they're gonna be pretty hard pressed to keep up with that. Look, Burly Botanist, yep. Just like turn 4, 6U, play a 3/4 flyer, draw 2 cards. And then like next turn I can go Shard, Burly Botanist, and the following turn go Dread Harvest, Wazashi War Bunny. Ow! Don't pinch me, you turd! Toddler turd! Toddler turd! Toddler turd! Hey, fair's fair. Fair's fair. They killed my thing. They killed my thing! Do I want to just get the Bolt Blast Zeppelin in here? Yeah, I probably do. They just burned removal. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just do the Bolt Blast Zeppelin. Just get up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my cool up in here. Up in here. And remember, this can get multiple counters to make my champion power even cheaper, so... Yes, that's exactly right. So, I mean, it's a 5-cost sorcery. Like, it's expensive. It's, like, very good with my champion power, obviously, but it's not free by any means. And, like, in this limited format, the shards that you have to be in to support that card aren't necessarily fantastic. Earthcrafter, okay. So the next troop in their deck gets +5/+5. And now they're not attacking because they're afraid of this. Ow, dude. Yeah, that hurts. I think I'm just going Burly Botanist here and then attacking with this. And then I'm gonna play this coin out, and then next turn, we get to go Dread Harvest, make a guy, War Bunny Champ Power, kill them. Likely kill them. We did not die this turn ourselves, that's pretty unlikely. Even if they kill my Bolt Blast Zeppelin here, I'm still gonna be able to just like play my 7/3 source into my champion power like naturally on 7 charges. Don't you love it when your furry co comes together? Welcome to the furry company, baby. About you, baby. Talk about you and me. Put a non-resource on top of my deck here. Tap this champion power. Play my War Bunny out. Hulk smash! Alright. Do I want to attack with the Burly Botanist? Probably. Yeah, let's leave the Burly Botanist back. I didn't actually count here. I guess the Burly Botanist might have been lethal, right? Yeah, the Burly Botanist would have been lethal. Oh. Ha! This should be bigger. Good call, good call. This should be bigger. Alright, the Burly Botanist would have been lethal and I'd have lost it. Yeah, sequencing. It's fine, folks. This is a no justice stream. It's not like if there was justice on this stream, I'd have to worry about that mis-sequencing. But there's not, so calm down. Yeah, not pre-combat, but post-combat. Post combat, we could activate the Furiko again. And they went to 2, which is actually kind of suspect, because, like, this makes 2 lethal Dreadlings, this makes a lethal Dreadling. What's the out here? I like how they're playing Theraz, and they didn't play a single Underworld troop this game. Ardent, neutral. Dead on board. They know I have this in my hand. Look at that. Animated Psychic Ascension Sleeve. That's a good match to end the stream on today. Jake's gonna be home from school soon. I got my 5th sleeve. I just gotta win 3 more matches to get the last one. Tasty. Thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate it. Let's see if Neo was streaming earlier. See who else is on. Give someone a host.